Good afternoon to all Concordia fans. We're here waiting kickoff for Concordia Stingers versus the McGill Redbirds. Hoping for a big win for Concordia here. A lot of seniors playing their last games today. A lot of real warriors on the pitch. Can't wait to see what the boys can do for them. Captain Calvin Zulo, his final game. He's surely going to be fired up for this, and what a player he is. And the kickoff has gone deep left and it's picked up by Phil Hackler, who's running across field, and a pop to Elias Brunel, and he's broken the line. And God, he's a warrior. He's so strong in contact, and a big clear from Despa. Jack Weller picks off at the back to Torden. He goes wide to Cam Hart. He throws a dummy and breaks the tackle, and then pops it off to Abu Yahya. Pops it off to Cavalier on the wing. Slow ball now. Jack Weller picks it out the back of the ruck. Pop to Sean Sowden. Ooh, that's a great carry from the big man. And again, back the ruck with Jack Weller. Connor Torden hits a little chip kick in behind, gathered by the McGill 9. And McGill have their first possession of the ball.
Into Elliot Descaro. Back out to Toby.
And Elias looks to be over the ball there. Penalty
for
against the
McGill.
Stingers. Not releasing is the call. And it looks like McGill will be going to touch. And it's a big kick, but he's missed touch, and it's picked up by Kalen Despa, who has specifically asked us to shout out his TikTok page. So everyone, get a quick look on that if you can. And a carry there from Jackson Alexander and a good clear out from his second row partner. And Torden picks it out, and he's popped it to Elias, but he's stopped this time, but he does not stop without a fight. And Jack Weller sees space for the kick, and it's out on the out on the full, so line out to McGill on the 22. And it's being thrown in by Eloa Ashte. Referee called time off as number 10 was receiving attention on the sideline. I believe the rule is that if it's not a forward, the lineout should still be playing, but the referee wants to slow the game down. That shouldn't be benefiting the Stingers. And the throw's in, and it's taken by the McGill pack. And they're starting a maul. Looks like Libor Stefik there is trying to get his hands on the ball. And McGill claps that maul there, so play on. And Elias with a huge cover tackle. And it was a forward pass. So first scrum of the game, let's see what this big front row of Sean Sowden, Mitchell Curry, and Elliot Conyers can do. All three of them have a lot of power in their hips, so it should be a good contest. And the set looks strong there, very low. And McGill try to get a push on here, but Jack secures the ball, and it's a quick pop to Cam Hart. And he's swallowed up by the McGill flanker. Conyers running a great line there. And a quick ruck ball as well. And that's where they're lethal when they get the ball wide into Khaled Abu Yahya's hands. And it's a quick back down the sideline by Phil Hackler, and he's just grabbed by the shirt. But it's a great clean out by Cavalier on his outside. Another pick there from Jackson Alexander. Oh, and they're playing the 9 there, and that's an advantage for the Stingers. Let's see what they can do with this now.
Chip over by number 10, Connor Torden. It is recovered by McGill, but the ref is coming back to play the advantage.
High tackle and playing the 9 is what the referee said there. And Concordia will elect to kick for touch as well here now. And Phil Hackla has got the ball into touch. Line out for the Stingers and our first taste of the McGill territory.
Of 40 minutes for the 6th annual Dave Hardy Cup. The referee in charge of the action today, Alexandre Semblenet.
Concordia going for a 5-man line out here. Mitch Curry with the throw to the back, and it's fumbled by Libor Stefik in the air. Double knock on by the Stingers first, so it is a McGill scrum. Hoping to see Sean Sowden get a big push on the scrum here. Graduate from Loyola and Selwyn High School. A staple in the Quebec rugby scene. Has been a great player for the Wanderers the last couple of years. The scrum wheels a bit, but it's all clean, says the referee. And it's a bit of a mess from McGill. And it's a great chop from Connor Torden, who's really stepped up his defensive game this year. Torden tried to make the cover. It's a chip and chase. Will Desp have the pace to get there? No. It is recovered and try scored by Henry Corkum on the left wing for McGill. It was a scrum move that went a little bit haywire, but McGill managed to get through the chaos and create some space for their left winger, who had a great chip and chase down the left wing. And it's the McGill fullback who's going to be taking the conversion. Martin Laval. He'll be hoping to get this from a tight angle off his right foot. And it's hit the upright. It was just curling in as well. Hoping to see some sustained pressure from the Stingers here as they get a kickoff to McGill. And the kickoff's going to be taken by Connor Torden here. Jack Weller battling with a slight lower back injury, so is not on the kicking duties this week. And Connor goes high, and it's dropped by the McGill winger. And it's a scrum deep in McGill territory for the Stingers. Hopefully we can get a great base for an attack here. I'd love to see maybe Cam Hart on a crash bull in his final game for the Stingers. And a quick shout out to his parents, Simon and Judy. I know they've raised a very strong young man. It's a shame he's so annoying. And Jack Weller is going to put the ball into the scrum. McGill tried to get a shove him, but the Stingers scrum holds strong. And there is Cam Hart in the crash line, breaking a tackle. And Connor Torton with a great pass to Kalen Despa.
Oh.
Oh. And as a
Come
pass
back
to
to a penalty advantage.
McGill, were offside. Let's see what we do now. About 20 yards out. And Phil Hacka will be taking the 3.
The Stingers have opted for a penalty kick.
Oh, and looks like the water boy there is Nicholas Gagnon, also one of the graduating seniors and is playing his last game for the Stingers today. Can't wait to see him get on the pitch. He is an athlete. And Phil Hackler stepping up to take the 3, relatively close to the posts. Slight angle from the right. And he punts it through. Great kick from Phil Hackler. And he asked to dedicate his first points of the game to Victor Rose Coffee, I think in hopes of getting a couple free coffees for himself. And that puts the scores to 5-3. Stingers closing up that McGill lead. Another deep kickoff from McGill, picked up by Jack, and he also runs across field. Another ball to Elias Brunel, and this time he's swallowed up by about 3 McGill defenders. McGill trying to counter-ruck there. It's a bit messy, but Jack fishes out. Picked up by Torton. He tries to throw a dummy, but gets swallowed by the McGill pack as well. Jack with a great dummy, ducks under a tackle. And a good clear out by Mitchell Curry. Connor Torton now filling in at 9. Out to Phil Hackler, and he gets a boot to it to clear it out just to the 30.
Line out Redbirds.
The last time McGill had a line out in this area of the field, they had a forward pass with their set piece move, so hoping for the same outcome here. Oh, and it's a great tackle by Phil Hackler and knocked on by McGill. Or not knocked on, just spilt. And Connor Torton finds himself in a bit of trouble and gets smoked by the McGill number 5.
And another carry in by Philip Ockley gets stuffed at the ruck.
I think Concordia are playing way too narrow to the ruck here. We got to find space, and it's all wide.
And we are going to come back with a knock on McGill, so it's a scrum Concordia on the 25.
Knocked on first by the Redbirds.
We'll see if Concordia can get anything going here from the middle scrum.
The great thing about the middle scrum is you can attack both sides, so the McGill defense really have to spread quite thin, as well as covering the backfield as they're, the 30-yard line, and you want to clear it, right? So there could be some opportunities to attack here if Stingers take their options.
Let's see what Jack Willer does all the way from London, Ontario. I see why he's moved to Montreal.
London, Ontario, not to be confused with London, England. Apparently not as big.
And Emil with the ball on the wing, tries to truck.
Oh,
pass
it's a
it back
great
into
offload
Jack.
and a high tackle on Jack Wetter. That was well done by the Stingers on the right wing. And Calvin Zula with a dummy and carry. And turned over, but we had the advantage for the high tackle.
High tackle.
That seems to be the second high tackle by McGill. I wonder if the referee's going to have to talk to him about that if they continue doing it throughout the game. That's one of those things you have to cut out of the game, don't you think, Evan?
Oh, yes, just, player safety.
And again, Phil Hackler kicking for touch. And that's a great touch finder. He didn't have a great angle to work with, but he's hit that about 30 yards to halfway. And another 5-man line out for the Stingers. Oh, that's a great line-out move to the back. Jackson Alexander with a pick. And Phil Hackler with a crossfield kick. No one in support there, though. And gives up possession to McGill on their 50. It was a great line out there. McGill had no idea where it was going. It was an absolute dime to Jackson Alexander at the back of the line out, who's a graduate from St. Thomas High School and has grown a glorious mustache. He says it's because his Halloween costume is going to be the Monopoly Man.
Quick lineup from McGill, and the 12 takes it in. And he's still up.
Well, McGill's set pieces haven't quite been the cleanest.
And a
but
dump tackle by Elias Brunel. That one was for his papa who's watching, Pierre.
all the way from Switzerland. Oh, and the left winger has burnt ours, but he is put a foot in touch.
There's another lineup for Concordia, and we'll see if the Mitchell Curry can replicate that last throw. Hopefully get some more offense on this one.
Maybe a different type of crossfield kick from Phil Hackler this time. And again, it's to the back, and another great throw and line out with Jackson and Mitch linking up.
This time,
And
Philip Akala kicks it all the way down the field.
That's a great kick. Not quite a 50-22 because it was started in their half, but it is really putting McGill under pressure territorially there. Oh, and they take the line out quickly and clear the ball. Oh, but the line out was set, so we cannot take it quickly.
Questionable call on that decision to do a quick lineout just to kick it away when Concordia's backfield was set up and ready to counterattack.
Well, that's the thing about McGill. I don't think they have this real rugby IQ, you know. They haven't been coached by Steve or Mark Belvedere, who really ingrained that, you know, think first mindset. Another good line out, great pick by Libor, and the mole is rolling. It's a little bit high, and oh, Khaled Abu Yahya has got through, and he's over, but he's going to be held up. Oh, he stopped just short of the line. That's great work from Khaled Abu Yahya. And it looks like a pick and drive is about to commence. And the Stingers have crossed the line. And that is great work. A great mole setup and great punch through by Khaled Abu Yahya to get the mole moving there. Legs were running like a machine gun, as he calls himself.
And, you know, just what a great line-out maul and score from Concordia. You know, they've been working on that all year, so it's finally good to see it come together at the last game of the year.
And the 17-year-old from Concordia there, he made the opportunity and also finished it. Wow. He's really been a standout this year. Plucked out of obscurity. Where even is Concordia, Evan? I haven't heard of it.
I don't know. It's somewhere in Ontario.
He said he had to worry about tornadoes growing up, so beats me. And Phil Hackler again hoping to add to his points tally today. And the flags go up, and it's another successful kick from Phil Hackler. And you can just tell the Stingers are up for this game. They really want to send their graduating seniors off with a bang. And McGill go with another deep kickoff. And Kalen Despa lets it bounce and is going to put it down. And that should be a scrum on halfway. The referee seemed to be deliberating, but it is a scrum on halfway. I'm not sure what they're waiting for.
I don't quite know what's up for discussion here. Usually when the ball goes dead off a kickoff, it should come back to half.
Just looking at the body language of Elias Brunel, he really wants to win this game. And when he wants to win, he wins, as he did beat me at a poker game about 4 days ago. He fleeced us all, didn't he, Evan?
Took all our money.
Anyway, I hope he spent it wisely. Not on his Rolex. He's a big watch connoisseur, actually, Elias Brunel. He always tells me that my G-Shock is not fashionable anymore. So, after deliberation between the referees, they decided that the midfield scrum was the law. So, a great opportunity for the Stingers to attack here.
And, you know, just what a heads-up play by number 15, Kalen Despa, just to let it bounce in the end zone there. You know, good on him for reading the scouting report.
And, well, the thing with Kalen Despa is he's very short, so he couldn't even catch it if he tried. It was too high for him. And there's big Sean Stoughton in the scrum, getting very low, and a good bind there on his opposing loose head. That's a great scrum. Ball's out quickly, and Calvin Zulo's on the run. Ball to Cam Hart.
With the carry.
And a great clear out by Jack Weller, and Elias sealing that ruck there. Sean Stoughton with the great hands. Oh, and McGill just got over the ball there. That was a great turnover by them. But Concordia were looking good there with quick ball.
Calvin Zulo is taking a knee. The captain.
He's an absolute warrior, Calvin Zulo. I really hope he can fight his way through this. He's just getting, it looks like he's just going to get his knee retaped a little bit or a bit more onto it. Or is it his ankle, Evan? I can't quite see from this angle.
We were just informed it is his ankle.
Well, what's the ankle ever done for you, Evan? I don't even know if they're real.
Not much for me.
Now, just a word on Calvin Zulo. He really is an inspirational leader. He's been the captain of this program as long as I've been here, and there wouldn't be a man I'd want to run out behind anyone more than him. He is just so influential and always leads by example.
And, you know, on the topic of Calvin Zulo, just a quick shout out to his brother Kyle, who just got married last week, so congratulations to them.
Your team captain, number 8 from the Stingers, Calvin Zulo.
And he's going to fight through it. It's what you expect from the man. He is such a warrior. And now with the McGill penalty, they elect to go for touch. Oh, that's a great kick. Stingers were trying to keep that in, but there was no real opportunity to do so. Now McGill line out on the 22. And the McGill second row there on a loop play. Mitch Curry trying to get over that, but it was a great clear on him.
Ball's out in the hands of the backs to the 11. And he is pushed all the way back by Philip Hakala.
That was a great tackle by Phil Hakala. Just was able to grab his shirt and grab hold of his opposing number there.
And another dump tackle by Elliot Conyers.
And Sean Stoughton grabs hold of the fly half, and this is all messy for McGill. And Sean Stoughton, another effort. God, he is great to watch on this field. And it's slow ball from McGill now. Mitch Curry trying to blow up that rock. And they're driving through. That's great work from the Stingers.
Ball out to Brad Hunger, who is taken down by Elias Purnell, but there is a penalty on Concordia.
I'm told Brad Hunger's brother plays for the Canada men's 15s team. Is that right, Evan?
Yes, it is.
Well, he's not as good as his brother, it's safe to say. Another penalty for McGill. But their set piece plays really haven't been up to scratch today. Again, a great kick, and they have a line out in a dangerous area, but they haven't been able to really, convert these chances. It was great defense by the Stingers to push them back about 30 yards in that last play. Unlucky with the call from the ref. I think they were just, clean counter ruck, but the ref said they were playing the 9. And the McGill line out again to the back, and they're setting up a mole. And it looks like it's been ripped by the Stingers. And a penalty for wheeling the mole.
And it seems to appear that Sean Sowden just got kicked on the ground. Typical.
Well, when you're losing, I don't think the McGill guys lose very often, right? So they don't have to deal with the pressure. And a line out about 7 yards out from McGill here.
Right now, McGill.
Stinger's going to throw a man up, hoping to get the not straight call. And to reset a line out.
And it's thrown up to number 5, Elliot
It's a great
Discaro.
throw. The Stingers quicker on mole defense there, and they go blindside. It's a great carry and a finish in the corner.
By number 4, Brad Hunger. Oh, sorry, Elliot Descaro.
And it looks like Khaled Abu Yahya there in the corner receiving some treatment. Only 17, so he still gets a lot of growing pains in his knees, I fear. Hopefully just getting them taped up again to watch him score some more tries today, hopefully. And the McGill kick from the wide right touchline is wide, and that leaves the scores level at 10-10. 28 minutes on the clock. Now Concordia again with a chance to pin McGill back in their own territory. Connor Torton taking the kickoffs and Phil Hackler taking every other kick, it seems. And it's a slightly shallow but high kick and a good chase from the Stingers. Nowhere for the McGill second row to go. And McGill go blindside. And wrapped up by Cam Hart there. And I don't know how he's doing that. He has zero labrum, Cam Hart, poor guy. But he really just hits with no shoulders. There's a little overlap here from McGill. And the Stingers have got adrift. And Emil, and the McGill left winger drops the ball. He looked up and saw Emile Dubourg running right up against him and was scared about the man from Hong Kong. And Elias trying to hype up the crowd there. I think the more Elias touches the ball, the more tackles he will break, and the more noses of McGill players he will break. What do you think, Evan?
I do think so. He's definitely, a strong runner, good tackler, and it's good to see him in this game for his one last year.
He's one of those guys who's really stepped up this year. He's been a mainstay in the team. And again, McGill tried to put a shove on, but it's well dealt with by the Stingers.
And
a great read in the midfield by McGill. But the Stingers keep the ball. Michael Cavalier. And advantage to the Stingers as the McGill. Oh, and Emil's away on the left wing. Cuts in.
seeing a lot of room in the backfield over here. I don't know about you, Joe. Michael Cav should be up flat.
I
here,
think that's
expecting a
another
kick.
advantage for the Stingers with McGill being illegal at the breakdown. Conyers through a gap, and Jack Weller again to pick at the base. Connor Torton throws a dummy, gets an offload. Mitch Curry,
Good run.
and he's popped it to Khaled Abiyahia. And it's a good clear out by Cam Hart.
Another advantage for Concordia.
And Jackson Alexander gets through, pops the ball. Sean Sandon with the grubber. Ooh, and that was looking dangerous for the Stingers. Penalty on the 35. I think they take the 3 here.
And, just a great carry by Elliot Conyers, who also happens to be a golf superstar. I believe his handicap is in the 30s, so just a real threat in the course.
You know who else is in the 30s? His age, 39 years of age, Elliot Conyers. Can you believe it?
Offside.
Oh, I'm being told that he's actually only 22. My bad.
The Stingers have opted for a penalty kick.
And Phil Hackler taking the 3 here. Again, similar position to his last one, about 30 yards out. This one much more central though. And this is to put the Stingers in the lead with about 10 minutes to go in this first half. And it's through the post. 3 points to the Stingers. And that's 8 points to Phil Hackler's name already in this game. And another deep heel from McGill. And Concordia again running it back with Phil Hackler. And he pops to Elias, and he runs straight into the head prop and gets through him. What a man. And wide to Torton. And Phil Hackler is in some space. And he breaks the line, just grabbed by his opposing number. Jack Weller to Connor Torton. Oh, what a dummy. And he's through. And he's got Jackson Alexander on his inside. And he gives it to him. And the lock. Oh, he's just grabbed down and he pops up to Jack Weller. Oh, and Michael Cavaliers dropped it forward. Wow, that was electric from the Stingers. Connor Torton showing how much of a running threat he is. And Elias is down there. I think he's just catching his breath. But the ATs are there to check on him. Shout out to our ATs, by the way, Carla and Alexa, the interns. They have been working with us all season, helping us stay fit and taping us for every practice and game. Learning from the best, Megan and Indy, who have just given so much to the Stingers around every sport. I think they are the best around, as far as I'm concerned. And a scrum for McGill. And Emile Dubourg there is dropping, leaving Cam Hart. Oh, that's a great scrum from the Stingers. And it's an 8 pick down the blind side.
And it's kicked deep.
Great kick there from McGill. Wow, that is a great kick from McGill. They've advanced the ball about 80 yards there and gotten the ball back.
Ball remains in McGill's possession.
What should the backfield cover have done differently there, Evan, or was that just a fluke kick that you can't really defend?
Well, I think it is just a great kick. McGill attacked the blind side, forced Michael Cavaliers to come up, leaving the backfield open, and I believe that was number 10 who hit the 50-22. McGill here going for another maul on the Stingers 5.
And Deskro picks straight off the mole. And Souden looks to get over that and gets cleared out. And it's pick and drive time for the McGill Redbirds. And Trice scored. I think it was number 5, Brad Hunger.
Try scored by McGill Redbird, number 5, Brad Hunger.
I believe he plays for Beaconsfield when he's not playing for McGill. How did they do this season, Evan?
Beaconsfield actually lost in the finals of the club championship to TMR.
Wow, TMR, that sounds like a great club. You affiliated with him in any way, Evan?
No, just a fan. Just a fan.
Just a fan. No relation to the great Paul Shibata, who played for TMR back in the day?
Maybe a bit.
He's not your father then?
Kick is good, number 15 on the conversion.
And it's another conversion by Martin Laval, or his first of the day, actually, taking the score to 17-13. And looks like Jack Weller and Calvin Zula having a conversation with the referee there. I wonder what that's about. Another kick up by Conor Torden. The short ones haven't quite worked out for Concordia yet. But this
one
is a
looks
better
exactly
kick.
10, and it goes up, almost caught by Libor Stefik, just knocked on. McGill retained possession here at their 45.
And it's advantage over now with a clearance from McGill. Picked up by Michael Cavalier. Ooh, and he cuts through a tackle to just then get dumped. Oh, and it's dropped by Mitchell Curry, but he regathers it and cleans it up for the Stingers. And there's space down this left-hand side. Phil Hackles steps in. Advantage to the Stingers. And cleared by Conor Torden. And back for the penalty.
Good advantage game.
McGill were offside. And the ball is left around the 40. Jack Will has to go and pick it up. And I think we'll be going for touch again. Flacca's line kicking has been great today. Slightly problematic in the earlier parts of the season. You know, the kicks for touch were swapping around from player to player. But Flacca seems to have, made it his own now, and has been great today. And that is another good kick, making about 30 yards.
Stinger.
40 yards from the try line here. Oh, that's a good pick. And Sean Souden has just absolutely obliterated the McGill hooker. And Elliot Descaro there with a great drive through contact. And it looks like Libor's on that ball, though. Oh, and the referee's giving it against him. I'd love to see Libor get his hands on some more of the ball, especially at ruck time. He's a king of the turnover. And McGill have missed touch. And again, Michael Cavalier cuts inside. And he breaks a tackle there before slipping. And it's a good turnover. I'm not sure it's a penalty because McGill got the ball, but penalty awarded. And McGill to the corner again. Let's see if he can make touch this time. And that is a good kick, leaving a line out for McGill on the just inside the 22.
I wonder what they'll do here, Joe.
Well, a mole would be the obvious answer, but I can imagine a trick play where they actually throw it 30 yards outfield and it's picked up by Phil Hackle and he runs the length. That's what I'm hoping for. And Khaled Abu Yahya with the line-out steal. I knew a trick play was coming. And Jordan Sandlin with a quick pick and go, putting us on the front foot. And Khaled's carried high there. He's trying to get ripped, but he's on the ground. Oh, his knees were on the ground there, referee. And a wide ball to the left winger. And Mike Javier, oh, that's a
what
great
hit,
tackle,
and then
forcing a
knocked on.
poor pass from the outside center. That knock-on is all down to the pressure by Michael Cavalier. He absolutely chopped that man in half, and in his spare time, he chops a lot of hair off. He's a barber by trade. Wow. I know my co-commentator, it could be in use of a new barber soon. He's sporting a unfashionable haircut.
Knock on by McGill. Stingers.
And the Stinger scrum has held strong thus far in the game. We're approaching the final few minutes of this first half. And again, the Stinger scrum hold.
McGill looks to be offside, but no call from
And
the
Phil with
referee.
another dummy. And this McGill team have really just opened up in the midfield for Phil and Connor Torden a couple times.
Oh, we should add out one more.
And
there by
Calvin Zuno.
Oh, and it's going to be a turnover.
And it's a turnover for McGill.
Not releasing.
And McGill have just been great at, they've been over the ball so quickly. The Stingers need a bit more support in their rucks. People to arrive there quicker. And the referee there just having a chat with Brad Hunger.
The penalty was for not releasing. McGill has opted for a penalty kick.
And a McGill player is coming off injured here. I can't quite see the number on his back. I think it is Ian McDowell, due to the resemblance to his brother Greg McDowell, but it could not be him. It is number 8. Wow, my eyes do not deceive me. And he's just going to get some treatment on the side here, hoping to get back on the field.
McGill go for points, miss wide, and
And it is halftime as Despa boots it out.
And this brings us to halftime. The score after 40 minutes of play, 17 for McGill. 13
and the score at halftime is 17-13 for
the
McGill.
Stingers.
We'll see if Concordia could come out with a good second half to take the lead.
Also, a round of applause, please, for injured
And the Stingers just coming out here again now. Not sure when the second half is going to start, but the Stingers are out and ready. Looking to see if there are any changes being made. Doesn't look like anyone's come on so far. No changes at halftime. I don't think I would if the Stingers are getting real close. And, you know, putting up a real good fight. I think it could be a good second half. I think if the Stingers just keep doing what they're doing and maybe slightly less turnovers, you know, cleaner rucks, I think it would really help. You know, all of McGill's chances have come from penalties around halfway, kick to the corner, and a mole. So if we just, you know, cut that out.
Well, you know, I just think it's so important to clean these rucks up. Just too many penalties. You know, every penalty kick for touch, it's as Steve would say, it's basically giving the other team a 50-22.
Yeah, and I mean that's been a downfall of the Stingers all season is our cleanouts. So let's hope the guys put in a real big 40 today for our graduating seniors.
This match is for the Dave Hardy Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
And right in front of me, you got Cameron Hart's dad taking some nice pictures of his son in the stands.
Well, his son is very photogenic, so I'd be taking as many pictures of Cam Hart as I could. He's really leaned out this summer, down to 180 pounds, he says. Oh, no, sorry, that's just his bench press. Let's see where Connor puts this kickoff. The last real short one, just on the 10, was a great contest for Libor, but he just couldn't quite get his hands on it. And he really has something to prove against these McGill guys, doesn't he, Evan?
Yes, he does.
I believe he made his debut for the Stingers 2 years ago against McGill, and the last time he won the Dave Hardy Cup. And kickoff from Connor Torden. And Libor has divin on the ball. Great work from Libor Stefek there. And Sean Sowden bumps through contact there, but seems a bit isolated. Mitch comes through with a good clean. A wide pass from Jack off the base of the rock. And another dummy thrown by Connor Torden. McGill trying to turn that over, but referee calls him out of it. And it's a ball to Sean Sowden, and he gets it off the way to Elias Brunel. He sizes up the man in front of him, puts a big shoulder into him. And Cam Hart just waits for the ball to pop into his hands there and drops it. Cleared from McGill, and now running back. Oh, it's still bouncing, and now Phil Hackler has it. And he's going to return with another big boot. And the McGill 15, Martin Laval, lets it bounce. And now, oh, great take by Libor Stefek, and he's running it back. Jack Beller out the back. It's a bit messy, but it's cleaned up by Connor Torden. And here they go. Dessa plays at 9. Oh, and it's all very messy. Knocked on by Emil. And there we go. The play should have ended slightly earlier than that. That was all very messy, but it's a scrum to McGill. The scrums were evenly contested in the first half. Hoping to see the Stingers try to get a shove on here because they were sort of just withstanding the McGill push. Hopefully they, you know, give a push of their own here. Sean Sound's a really, really good scrummager, really heavy, powerful guy with great technique. So it'll be great to see him showcase that. And have there been any changes to the McGill team, Evan? I haven't spotted
can't see any. I think Ian McDowell's back. Oh, no, he's not. Back out to McGill. 10. Elects to kick deep into Concordia territory.
And it's cleaned up by Emile Dubourg. And he's just going to run it back into 3 McGill players. Does well to not get driven back there. He really lowered his body height there. Oh, and that's a poor pass from Jack Weller. And McGill flooding that breakdown. They sense blood. And Concordia won the penalty. That's a real get out of jail free card there. McGill will be kicking themselves. They had the Stingers under pressure and just let go.
You know, I think that's just, you know, if you're Concordia, that's where you just try to settle down a bit, play a bit slower. You're on the back foot. Get the phases set up. But we're lucky to escape that one with no points against.
And Phil will hopefully get us out of danger here. A big kick off his right boot there and puts it out around the 35. Let's see what the Stingers can do here, attacking right to left.
If I had any money, I'd probably bet on a back ball here from Concordia.
Yeah, the back ball seems to be working well with Jackson at the back. He's a great line-out option, about 6'3", and a great leap on him. And there's the throw, Libor to the front, and it's picked off. And again, the left winger has it, and he's popped it to Elliot Descaro. And he gets up and goes again, no one holding him. And Libor's over the bull there. And referee calls him off it. And they had space on the open side, and they managed to work it wide. And that's a great piece of play. The Stingers just didn't have enough numbers on that side. Overfolding, maybe overcommitting to the breakdown. And Martin Laval lining up again. He's only made 1 kick so far, I believe. Now getting a second. And now that's 4 tries to McGill. I'd love to see another short kickoff here by the Stingers. They've really been getting up and contesting, causing a little bit of trouble for the McGill team.
And we'll see here what Connor Torden can do in the kickoff. Hopefully put it around the area where Libor and Cameron Hart are. Hopefully get the ball back. And it looks
That's
like that.
a lovely little chip. And Libor waits for the man to come down and tries to put a shot on. Great strength there by the McGill second row.
McGill kick it away. Back there is Torden.
And Torden drops it, eyes in the sun, but he runs it back with a bit of pace. And there's the ball to Despa. And you don't want to leave Despa with too much space because he is fast. And a quick pick from Phil. And Calvin Zulo's free on the right edge there. Now Jack at 9. A good carry from Mitch Curry. And it's a quick pick from Kalen Despa, and he's just stopped. They just wrangle him. But it's real quick bull, and Torden hits Elliot Conyers on a great line with a great catch and fend, and he just keeps going. Jackson Alexander with a good line, and he looks to get the offload away, but he held it smartly. And now Khaled Abu Yahya, the 17-year-old, he's running through again. This is great play from the Stingers. Oh, and the kick was on there from Jack, but it was a good block.
Advantage on the play for Concordia.
If it's another offside, the referee's got to have a chat with the McGill team because they have given away so many. And it's a great offload from second row to second row. And Jackson's breaking tackles, and he's still going. Jackson Alexander, what a try. Wow, he just couldn't be stopped there. He was running and running and running. And he is another St. Thomas graduate on this team. What a carry, spinning through contact. They just couldn't keep their hands on him.
Jackson Alexander, the 2024 Concordia Men's Rugby MVP, looking for a second.
And, you know, I'd give it to him because he is so good at rugby. And that's what you need in a rugby team, players that like that. He was a big, rangy runner, and they just couldn't grab onto him. It was a great offload from his second row partner, Kyle Dabuyahi, there as well to put him away.
Philip Hockey here with the conversion kick from the middle. Shirley. Not going to say anything quite yet.
And Phil Hackler through the posts. And that puts the scores at 24-20. Oh, God. Calvin Zulo getting taped up again there. It's that same ankle, it seems. Really hoping he fights his way through this. And he's back up. Oh. He tripped and fell a little bit there. I'd love to know the Concordia Stingers tape build, because a lot of this rugby team have a lot of tape, don't they, Evan? Not to mention number 25, Kyle Shabata. He is practically a mummy. Oh, and Kevin Nestor breaks the line. Great footwork by the fullback. And a pick through by Phil Hackler. And he fends as well. And he's not held. He gets up and goes again. And the Stingers have a life. Oh, it's back. It's knocked backwards, and it's all play on. Oh, knocked on by McGill. Here we go. A midfield scrum for the Stingers.
Knocked on first by McGill.
That was a great bit of play from the Stingers there. Despa and Hackler just, quick breaks, fighting to keep their legs up in contact. Great drive. And now another scrum. And the Stingers are loaded up here on this left-hand side. Cavalier, the only man on the blind side from the midfield scrum.
Wonder what they'll do here.
McGill have a good defensive coverage here, and they pick down the blind. Zulo to Jack Weller. And he gets wrapped up there. He looked like he was almost about to get away. And now McGill trying to counter-ruck. Elias Brunel's there to try win it back, and he has. That's great work from the... Oh, and it's a penalty to McGill.
They like to go quick.
Oh, and it's a great cover tackle by Mitch Curry. And he's a really, really fit guy. He was running a marathon about 2 weeks ago. And Despa always let it get over his head. And they go back to the advantage.
And right now, number 3 is Sean Sound down on the field right now. Shouldn't be too much of a concern. He's on the ground every game, and he manages to keep playing.
Well, big men like getting tired. We need our little naps in the middle of games, Evan. It's nothing to be ashamed about. More worried about Jack Weller there on the far touchline. He's just coming back from back injury. And Jack is all good there. And then you see Ryan Hubbard Yamamoto running the waters there for the Stingers. Shout out to Hebs. He was unlucky to be taken off against Ottawa after only 2 minutes of play, as he ruptured his AC joint, which he's had issues with for the last couple of years. He's a great club man, and I believe this is also his last year, so he would have loved to get a final run out.
And, number 17, Mr. Ola Kuti. I'm looking into checking the game very soon. Funny thing is, Ola, he might be working tonight, actually. Trash bar plug.
If you do want bottles at Trash Bar, Ola is the one to contact. He offers them to everyone. Ola is 27 years old and is only in his second year of eligibility, despite being on the team for the last 5 years. That just goes to show the type of graft he's put in. no minutes in his first 3 years. That would demotivate me, but Ola's just a better man, I guess. He does not stop until he's playing. He's hoping to come back next year for a Masters. You know, he just loves Concordia so much. 6 years isn't enough.
And it looks like a substitution is made. Emile Dubourg is going to come off for number 24, Luca Fava Soli. Just a quick mention, he is the best dresser on the team.
Another one of the graduating Stingers playing his last game tonight. You know, he's a real workhorse, Favasoli, and growing out the fro, as you may be able to see on the stream. It's a great look. And that's his first touch, and he passes it quickly there to Jack Weller, who pops it to Despa. And Despa finds some space, and Despa's away. Oh, and Despa's and he's still going. Wow, look at the fight on the man. And a pop-up deck for Phil Hackler, and he puts a chip ahead behind. And Elias is chasing, and Elias and Cavalier are chasing. And it's a great tackle by Cavalier. And Elias is over the bull there. And they're fighting. And they're trying to get a counter-ruck going here. And the McGill team have somehow cleaned that up. No, Elias has turned it over.
Oh, an advantage for McGill.
Advantage for McGill. That is unlucky. Elias was doing so much right there. He just put his hands on the rock. And now McGill, they have the advantage. They know they can play loose. And Mitch Curry with a shot there. But it's a good ball out. And McGill are running it all the way back. And Despa with the cover tackle. Great chop from Kalen Despa and Jack Weller there on the cover. But McGill have run it all the way back now. Wow, what a piece of play that was. A lightning break from the Stingers, and all the way back have come McGill. And they go wide now. And it's a wide ball. And it's a good finish in the corner. And it's a great try there, finished off by Nicolas Tessier. That was tiring to watch as well. I could not have dealt with that if I was on the pitch today. I would have been, chilling somewhere around halfway, not getting back for those final phases. Maybe that's why I'm not playing. But yeah, it was a real end-to-end bit of work there from the McGill side.
And just really unfortunate for Concordia just to have the break and kick by Phil Hockla down in the corner, and just unlucky in the breakdown for Elias. Maybe it let McGill play with an advantage and they worked it out wide, but it is what it is.
And he has missed the conversion. Martin Laval's having struggling off the tee today. Maybe he should be taking lessons from Phil Hackler, who's 100%. Oh, no try.
No try. It's coming all the way back for a penalty.
I'm not quite sure what's happened there. I think the McGill team knocked it on right after they got their advantage. So a little let off for Concordia there. Let's hope we can make it count.
And just another good kick from touch from their 12. Raf. If I'm not mistaken, I think their 12 also played for Beaconsfield this year. Really gave Cameron Hart a run for his position.
Oh, no one could ever start ahead of Cameron Hart, according to himself. And although the Beaconsfield senior team did not win the Super League, I believe their reserves team did win their league. Is that right, Evan?
Yeah, they thought so at least until they got their title stripped away.
So goodness!
Congratulations to RCM on the reserves win.
Well, titles get stripped for many reasons. I hope it was just one that could be excused. And Libor with a great take out of the high ball there. Great take from Libor Stefek. Wow. There seems to be space on the left-hand side here if they shift it. But BD carries. And another offload to a second row partnership. What a combination that is. And Jackson out to Cavalier. And he's tackled there. And Jack Weller. Oh, another kick blocked. Picked up by Martin Laval. And he threads one through. And now Despa's going to run it back. Despa with the dummy into contact and then keeps driving. There needs to be a quick clear here. Number 2 isn't rolling, and there's the penalty for the Stingers.
And it appears number 19 on McGill has taken a knee. He might be injured. That is Kalen McLean. Unfortunately, see someone hurt. But fun fact about him, he used to play basketball for CTA all the way back in Ottawa.
Wow, Ottawa. Similar to London, Ontario. I've never really been there or heard of it.
And it looks like Kalen Despa is also being attended to by the ATs.
And will he be leaving the field?
You would hope he stays in the game here. He's had such a great game.
Who would it replace him be? Would it have to be Kyle Shabata? Oh, and coming on Kyle Shabata, the 18-year-old, graduated from St. Pius High School. Wow, he is one of Montreal's most eligible bachelors. He is really, really something. As you can see, he wears 2 different colored boots. That is because he's colorblind. He doesn't know that he's not wearing the same boots, guys. Calm down.
And, you know, surprisingly enough today, you only see that one knee taped rather than 2. Maybe he just felt bad for the ATs always having to tape him twice.
Maybe they ran out of tape, because I see a lot of tape on every one of our players here. The thing with Kyle Shabata is he is very injury prone. I actually tripped him up as a joke one day waltzing the streets of Germany, and he cried for 3 weeks and didn't run. So maybe he just bruises easily.
Well, you know, regardless, hopefully he has a positive impact here. I know his father is watching today and hopes that he at least sees something out of him.
The great Paul Shabbat, I believe, is watching. Wow. I'd love to get his peace of mind about the game. He's a real astute watcher. Now, Kyle Shabbat has been having a great week, actually, even outside of the rugby field. You know, he's in a little bit of a green patch in life. And now McGill go wide, cleared by their inside center. And Kyle Shabbat is there to cover. Lets it bounce. Oh, it's an unluck. It's a cruel bounce for the young fullback. And it is a Stingers lineout.
And, you know, just an unfortunate break for Concordia. You know, they're setting up one way on offense, happen to lose a lineout, and because of how they set up, it leaves the backfield wide open for that kick. Mitchell Curry with the throw.
Hoping to make amends for the last one. And again, to the back. And that's been the... Oh, and Jackson seemed to have dropped that, and it was not straight. But that back ball seems to have been the one that's been working all day today. So it's worrying to see that starting to fall apart. And McGill have opted for the scrum. Both changes so far are only to the backs. Not a single forward has come on yet.
Well, we're looking at the 60th minute mark now. You see if some guys are going to come on.
Yeah, I see Yahya Sharkawi, the man from Alexandria, warming up there on the sideline.
Oh, and McGill go quick off the line, go wide.
It's great hands.
Oh.
Great hands from McGill. And Nicolas Tessier, he's put in touch this time.
Surely that went out. Ref doesn't
not
see
sure
it go
how
out.
we're playing on here. He was way over the sideline, and the linesman has just missed that. And McGill now with a crossfield kick.
Sean
Sound
Sound on the wing.
is the one covering it, and he's done an impeccable job. Wow, that was all Sean Souden. If he wasn't there, that's a 5-pointer for McGill. And the crowd in front of us are, you know, also in disbelief that the linesman didn't call that in touch, because it clearly was.
Well, you know, I don't know if we get a replay on the stream, but I think his whole shoulder was out of bounds. I don't know how you missed that call.
Well, I barely noticed McGill 14 on the pitch, so maybe the linesman just didn't see him either. And we've come back to McGill penalty, and it looks like they're going to opt for the scrum here. Or no, kick for touch. Just watching Nicolas Tessier get some attention on the sideline. Be interesting to see what McGill do here. I wonder if they'll opt for the maul again. You know, how many times can you win a game? I think there should be a limit. Don't you, Evan?
Only when they're playing Concordia.
Agreed. Now, after this game, we have a big third, fourth playoff game between the women's in the women's RSEC. You know, you have the Concordia Stingers and the UDM Carabin. Hoping to see the women's team send off their seniors with a bang as well, and a little bit of silverware.
Well, let's get back to this one first. Hopefully, Concordia can pull it back here in a dangerous situation, their own 5-yard line. It looks like McGill will elect for a quick
They're going
tap.
to do a tap.
They pop it to number 4, Brad Hunger,
And they've
who
got
takes it in.
He looks like he's going to be held up there. And it's, I don't know what's going on here. The referee seems to have just called nothing.
Well, you see 2 phases in a row. Each team thought the ball was held up or scored, and the referee just decided to do nothing.
So this will be an interesting conversation. Let's listen in. Bonjour, je m'appelle referee. I think that is a try, maybe. And that is what he was thinking. I heard it in his brain.
That was an interesting piece of play from the refereeing. You know, he was right there and decided to.
And here come the bomb squad. Number 19, graduating, Yahya Sharkawi, all the way from Alexandria. He plied his trade for the Alain Ambulers growing up, a team that I used to thrash back in the day. You know, I grew up in Bahrain. I would play against Alain, 3 or 4 times a year. And I must have played against Sharky growing up because we were around the same age. But I never remember losing to him. Hopefully he can win a game today. Shout out to his family all watching at the moment.
You know, it just must be a big game for him, graduating year. And former Concordia athlete, rugby player, Pickle McNichol has made an appearance all the way from Toronto just to watch his boy Sharky play. Also coming in the field, number 21, Liam Evans.
And 16, Mason Moffat. Now, Mason Moffat, he'll be here to shore up the defense. In the game against Carleton, he made 16 tackles and didn't miss a single one. Now, that is really impressive. He's just one of those guys that really shows up.
And he's looking to add on to that. You know, you got Caleb Hakala in the stands today, Mr. Statsman, and Mason hopefully on his good side for the stats later on.
And it's Cal Shabat on the kickoff, and he's put that pinpoint. That's a great ball. And Favasoli, went up and just couldn't get it. Jack Weller's been thrown on the floor. And Connor Torton with a cover tackle. Jesus, Connor Torton is now one of the best defenders I've ever seen. And you already see Mason Moffat there. Look at the work he's putting in to drift across. And it was Mason Moffat there with the cover tackle. But it's still try scored by Henry Corkum. That's his second of the day. That was a great sweeping move from McGill. Unfortunate to gather the ball from kickoff there. It was a great, it was a well-placed kickoff. And the fight to get up there was there. It was just turned over. And who came off for the substitutions, Evan? Did you see?
I believe Elias Brunel came off. So quick shout out to him for his last minutes to Stinger. Also coming off, number 6, Libor Stefik, and number 2, Mitch Curry. Mitch Curry, another graduating senior, so thank you for everything.
Mitch Curry has been a great guy to have around the squad. He only his first year for the Stingers only last year, but he's been well known and loved by a lot of his teammates. The moment he walked in the door. All right, now it's time to see the Stingers hit back here.
Mitchell Curry also probably the best illegal parker I've ever seen. Yesterday, parking, he put 3 wheels on the curb just to get in the spot.
And that shows in his rugby playing abilities. He will do anything to get what he wants. Cal Shabbat with another kickoff, and it's again really well placed. No, it's too far wide, and you can see him upset with himself there, shaking his head. Oh, and Jack Weller and Martin Laval getting into it there, and everyone's trying to have a little go. Have a go at the little 9, but Jack's a real fighter. I wouldn't get in a fight with him. He has a long nail on his index finger, and he scratches with it. Beware. So slightly new look scrum here with Yahya Shakarawi on the blindside flank, Liam Evans on the open side, and Mason Moffat.
Is that Liam Evans I see in the back line? I think Philip Hockla actually came off.
Liam Evans is playing in the centers. What is going on?
Oh, there must be a yellow card or something that we missed because I think we're missing a guy in the back of this room.
There's been a yellow card at some point. Not a single person saw it, so let's see. And the kick. Oh, it's fumbled by Kyle, but that was not brought back in. The McGill wingers really just he's lying to everyone there. No, the 13. Oh, God, he must be blind or something. Lying just isn't something you should really tolerate on a rugby pitch.
Let's see if Kyle can keep this one in downs here.
And he goes longer this time. And he picks out their number 5 out to Martin Laval, who's setting up for a drop goal. And it sails wide.
And taken out by Jack Weller.
Jack's going to run it out. Oh, that's very high from the right winger. There was no drop in contact there. The referee's ignoring it. Now Mason Moffat with a dummy. And a great clear from Jack Weller and a pick from Cameron Hart. And the Stingers pinned back in their own 22 here. And Torden with a lovely little chip in behind. It was a good chase from Cavalier, but it was an unlucky bounce for him. That was the right idea from Conor Torden there. A 50-50 kick. It's not it still counts as a decent enough exit. McGill out at the 40, but it was still likely for Cavs to regather that. I quite like that from Torden. I'd like to see more of it.
I still don't know how we quite missed the yellow card. It must have been on Philip Hockla. I didn't quite see it. Maybe it was in the high tackle early on in the corner.
That would add up, yeah.
Now let's see McGill's line out.
And the trick play worked this time where they just go to the front. There we go, running it. Yahya Shakarawi. I wouldn't do that. He is a real good tackler.
Looking for a 10 loop there. 12.
It's a good carry from the 12. Just a good deception. And the 9 trying to make a penalty there. Ref isn't buying it. Oh, and the number 16 through a big hole. And great wheels to get in under the posts. And is Adam Verani. The gap just opened up from there, and this Stinger side just seemed to be running out a bit of gas.
Now 2 substitutions on. We will have Ola Kuti and Mike Risk probably coming on for Elliot Conyers and Sean Sowden. So, Joe, why don't you give me a little rundown on these players?
Mike Risk, he's a rookie this year. He graduated from the University of Ottawa, but is doing a post-grad here. And he has the biggest bench in the team. He's benching 355 pounds on the day we did testing. That's not a guy I'd want to get in a 1v1 battle with. Watch out for him blowing up some of the rucks. He is a menace on a counter ruck.
Speaking of blowing up rucks with Ola Kuti, you never know when you might see an elbow in the face.
This will be
trying to steal a poach.
And you could tell that the that Mark Belvedere be amped up here. He'll be shouting at the bench to come on and make a difference and hit a guy in a ruck. So, you know, with Mike and Ola, I can definitely see a little 1-2 punch there. I wouldn't want to be a McGill player at the moment. Oh, and another substitution, another senior coming on, Nicolas Gagnon, 225 pounds, and he is a real athlete. His hair blowing in the wind there. And it's a good kick, but it's won by the McGill second row. And Ola Kuti there with his first tackle of the day. And the ball comes out, and it's charged there by Nicolas Gagnon, but still goes through. And Cavalier with a good pickup and a step and drive through contact. And Kal Shabada filling in at 9 here, and he gets the ball to Yahya Shakawi. Mashallah, Hassan Yahya Shakawi. And here we go again now. Jack Weller at 9, and he pops the ball to Ola Kuti, and that's a great bit of power. And that's what Ola Kuti brings to the table. He is a ball of muscle. Now Jack to Mason, and we're just going one out here, but we seem to be making a decent amount of yards. We're finding gaps, and the ball's out to Kyle Shabada with a little grass cutter there, and he was hoping for a 50-22, but it's advantage. McGill were offside, and penalty to the Stingers. And it looks like Phil Hackle is waiting to come back on after his yellow card. He's waiting for the all clear from the linesman there. Nick Gagnon, the 2019 RSEC MVP for John Abbott College. He doesn't find touch, but it looked like it was batted forward from the McGill winger there. And it's cleared back.
Right back to Jack Weller, who's going to hopefully not take it into contact.
And Jack Weller, he puts a ball in. But the McGill have their second row back there to run it back. And great take from Nicolas Gagnon, 235 pounds. And he lifts it into the left wing. The inside channel lets it bounce. And are we up for a bit of kick tennis? It looks like we're going for another round. And Kal Shabada with a drop. But he's got it, and he's calm. And he's looking for space. Oh, and he's going to run. And he passes to Michael Cavalier. And he has some space there. Oh, and another crunching tackle on Cavalier there. Good clear up by Kal Shabada. And Ola has it now. Ola wrapped up in the tackle. There we go.
A little scrap from Liam Evans on the right sideline.
Well, Liam Evans is a real scrap. And a penalty to Concordia. Another high tackle. That's a third of the game,
and
referee.
Jack kicks it too hard.
Oh, yeah, Shakawi again with a great catch and a drive. Wow. He's really turned up off the bench today. Another advantage to the Stingers. And Mason, he had no one outside him. There's the pop to Abiyahia. And it's Cam Hart. Jackson Alexander. And he's got Luca Favasoli on his left. But he goes it inside to Cav. And Cam back to Jackson, and he spills it, and Jackson's got two. What a try for the Stingers! And Cam Hart with maybe the first try assist in his Concordia career on his last day. Wow!
I was just about to say, it hasn't passed in 5 years and chooses the right time to do it today.
But in upsetting news, we see on the other side, Calvin Zulo has taken a knee again. I really hope he manages to finish this game. He really deserves to. But it looks like Lucas Brugletter will be coming on in his place, and that will be the end of Calvin Zulo's game and his Stingers career. I mean, just some words about Calvin Zulo. He's really, you know, he encapsulates what it means to be a team player, and he leaves his heart on the sleeve and blood on the grass every time he steps onto the pitch. What a man. I'm really upset to be seeing him leave the field here. Being helped off by Alexa and Indy, it looks like.
Kyle Shabada with a kick, and it's way wide and way short.
Well, the thing with Kyle Shabada is he, you know, he's been putting off his double ACL surgery for the last couple of years, only to be riding the bench this season. Seems like an odd decision from Kyle Shabada to be doing that. But, you know, he's fixing his hair. He's got a smile on his face. He's ready to win.
One of his key moments this year that he always brings up was being 100% from kicking for points. He was 1-1 against Carleton Ravens. Now he's at 50%.
You know, 150, he can't count. He doesn't know the difference. And now kickoff for McGill. And it looks like Phil Hackler has re-entered the pitch. Yep, he's there with the, around the 30. So the Stingers finally back up to their full complement. I'm not sure what we're waiting for here. Oh, McGill making some more substitutions. Number 25, Erwan Kamaidic, is on the wing and picked up by Lucas Brusqueta. And into contact. And Anthony Perrin is also on the pitch here today, hailing from Ormstown. Think of that what you will. And again, Ola drops it, but it's picked up by Jackson, went backwards, and Jackson tries to get an offload, but the McGill number 26 manages to get his hands on that. I'm not sure who the 26 could be. I think it might be.
We don't seem to have a 26.
It must be Thomas Highland, and they can find a shirt big enough for him. I know the pain. But at the Stingers, they just make me wear an extra small. And it's a good carry there by, I think it was Kyle Wozni. Ooh, and someone ran into Cam Hart up right there. That's not something I would do. He may not be able to wrap, but he still puts a lot of power into his tackles. And it looks like the left winger's trying to get a hat trick here. He throws an offload. It's picked up by Jackson Alexander and cleared. And there we go. Anthony and the Stingers have it at the base of the ruck. And Anthony Bamberham with a box kick. Ooh, box kick midfield isn't one you want to do here. And Kyle Wozny's got it with space. Oh, it's a great dummy from the number 7 and a bit of footwork. And is he going to be held up? Oh, and he still scores. Number 7, Toby Fernio.
Number 7, Toby Fernio.
Unfortunate surname for the man there, but good at rugby, it seems.
Just as this stream's coming to an end, we just want to give a quick shout out to Chris McGregor's mom for the lovely compliments about the stream's commentary. So thank you much for watching.
And remember, guys, with about 5 minutes left in this game, we will be shortly followed by the women's rugby, the Stingers against the Carabin. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'll be commentating that. If I've done such a good job, maybe they'll bring me back for that. But we'll see. And it looks like the Stingers bench has been emptied. Everyone's on the pitch here. I'd love to see the ball get into Mason Moffat's hands a bit more. He's an electrical engineer, and he's electric on the rugby pitch as well, so it makes sense. He started off at John Rennie before moving to St. George and then graduating from Beaconsfield High School. And he's there teaming up with Cam Hart to make that tackle there. Cam Hart, a graduate of West Island College. And picked up, drop from Nicholas Gagnon. And Nicholas Gagnon, 245 pounds, just couldn't hold on to the ball there.
And maybe just one last scrum to end the game.
First scrum for this new front row, Mike, Ola, and Mason here. Cootie, Moffat, and Risk. It's a strong front row. I'd love to see, a big shove on here. Concordia back there, full 8-man scrum as well. Oh no, Greg McDowell did come back onto. Ian McDowell did come back onto the pitch. They just he doesn't play 8th man in the scrums. Oh no, apologies to number 26. Number 18 is Thomas Highland, so I'm still not sure who that number 26 could be. And the referee's called for a scrum reset there. It looks like 26 is the replacement loose head prop, so that must be Nicolo Marsala. And he'll be having a big matchup here with Mike Risk. Two very big men.
Nicolo also a big part of the TMR Rugby Club.
And the scrum's collapsed there, but picked up by Anthony Parent. And he had a good bit of footwork there and fights to keep his feet. Does well. Nick Gagnon, 255 pounds at scrum half there.
Ola Kuti with a good run. BD
That's
with the carry.
Yep, that was Cal Lebuyahia. Oh, Kyle Shibata. He's been caught behind the gain line there.
Advantage for Concordia.
Advantage
Don't know
for
what happened
Concordia.
there. Philip Bach with a great
It was
kick.
no release on the tackle on Kyle Shibata, I believe. And then stripped backwards. And cleared from the McGill fullback, Martin Laval. And Concordia have the line out on the 50.
Line out Stingers.
Must have been a knock on by McGill in the ruck there. Referee not giving the full
Well,
advantage.
the man who caught Kyle behind the gain line then stripped him and lost control of the ball. So I'm not sure where it went forwards, but and here we are in the line out. It looks like we're going for a full 7-man line out here. And the referees called that not straight, and McGill have the opportunity to elect for a line out or a scrum. And McGill have chosen to go for a scrum here. The last scrum they had popped out, and Anthony Parent was able to, run away down the blind side. So hoping for a similar. Oh no, they've gone for the line out.
Rutgers have opted for a line out.
And they've gone to the front again, and again, Khaled Abu Yahya just trying to compete but couldn't quite get it. And it's kicked out, and that is full time. Final score, 50-25 to McGill. The Stingers put up a real good fight in the first half, but just couldn't quite get down to it in the second. Couldn't pick up that momentum.
And just before we end off stream here, I just want to give a quick shout out to the vets that are graduating. Mitch Curry, Elias Burnell, Calvin Zulo, Cam Hart, Ola Kuti, Shark Yahia, Ryan Hubbard Yamamoto, Nicholas Gagnon, Willem Nizjek, and Luca Favasoli for having an amazing career at Concordia University. Also thanks to our coaches Mark, Steve, and Andre for a great year, and our ATs Megan, Indy, Alexa, and Carla. Anything else to add, Joe?
Just that, as part of the playing group, I really enjoyed the season. And, I think to everyone watching the streams, next year will be our year. We're taking home nationals. And if I'm wrong, then I owe you $9,000. My name is Evan Shibata. Thank you very much.